Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to race number 11 here at the Blazing Pedals Arca Series presented by TRJ Karting. I am Brett the Jet in the booth here for Turn 3 Racing Network, and we're getting towards the end of practice here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Of course, this is the new Phoenix. That means the new configuration. Turns are renumbered, relabeled. Start finish line is moved, but it's still the same action-packed raceway that we all know and come to love. Tonight we have 188 laps on record to try and see who will be tonight's winner. Will it be Matt Grunberg? Will it be Jamie Walker? Will it be Mark Arthur? Or will it be someone new? We'll have to find out and see what 188 laps will entail. We'll put up the best times here in practice, being led by the 88 machine of Jamie Walker, with Matt Grunberg in second, Corey Sherman third, Mark Arthur fourth, and Dalton Kilrow rounding out the top five here for the best times. Times are fairly close like normal, folks. It's going to be a very fun qualifying to watch here, as we have 28 cars that have taken a time, 29 cars here on the premise as right now. So we are excited to see what we can have unfold, because I think the sun should be setting here and it will be a transition race, I believe. So that means the lights will kick on and the racing action will only intensify as this race will unfold here tonight. As these drivers take in their last couple laps here, making sure their cars are ready to go, making sure nothing's wrong with them, and most importantly, making sure they know what to do when it comes time for qualifying here. As it looks like we will click on over to our qualifying session, and we'll see who can take tonight's MF Racing Designs Pole Award and who will get the MF Racing Designs Front Row Award, as we wait for cars to roll out of pit road here. As we're looking here, looks like we have the 24 machine of Chris Carroll getting up to speed here. We will see what he can do here in qualifying as he comes down the backstretch here and will take his first time lap here in turn 3. A little loose going on entry there, really trying to get this momentum up. Runs against the wall, trying to wind it up as much as he can. As we see him float it down into turn 1 here. Keeping it, of course, on the bottom for turn 2. Try and get a nice run off. Looking nice and smooth from the 24 machine here for his first time lap. This will, I assume, will be the important lap that these guys will try and make their best time because of the tire wear. You see the 24 go all the way down, cut the dog leg, try and make this track as short as possible. As lap number 1, the 24 is at the top of the time. We will see if he can keep that 24 car there, as he looks to complete his second time lap. We'll see if it's any faster. It does not look like it, so lap number 1 will be everyone's most important lap. Now we'll take a look at the 86 machine of Terry Foster. Terry's looking for a strong night here tonight in the 86 machine, as this gets a little bit loose coming to the start finish line, but will go P number 6 as Jamie Walker goes to the top of the timing scoring. The 86 machine will have a little bit of work to do to try and better his second lap, as he did get loose at turn number 3 there, so that will slow down this lap just a smidge. So I believe he will stick with that 27.4. Not a bad effort from that 86 team here. As now we'll go and check out the O2 machine of Race Clark. Race Clark here taking his first time lap. We will see where he will go on the timing and scoring. As he, one of the few to cut the dog leg on the very first lap, we will have to see if that helps his time as he comes off of turn number 2 for his first time lap. Going down the backstretch. Heading into turn number 3, looking like a pretty solid qualifying effort from the O2 team. We'll see where this puts him on the board. That'll put him in P number 8 right now. We'll see if he can better this lap time. Doesn't look like it. He'll bring the O2 machine down to pit road. Now we'll check out the 4 machine of Tanner Marr. He's out there on a time lap, I believe. We'll see where the 4 car can go after that lap. He will go P number 10 on lap number 1. We'll see if he can better it. He did a 27.42. He'll go for a little bit faster if he can muster anything out of that MF Racing Design number 4 machine. As he comes off of turn number 4 for the final time, he will not better his lap time. He will stay P number 10 as they stand. Now we'll look at the 16 machine of Ian Habiak. We'll see what Ian can do, as I believe he's on his first time lap here. We'll see where he can slot in on the timing and scoring on the left side of our screen. Ian will go P number 17, lap number 1 is 27.60. He'll try and see if he can better that for lap number 2 here. Looking pretty smooth through 1 and 2. A little bit loose off the corner there. Now you have to dive it in here to turn number 3. See if he can get that thing to stick and then get on the loud pedal here and get to that start-finish line. He will better his lap time with a 27.53. That will put him P number 14. And it looks like no other cars on the track right now, so with this break, actually we got 1 car rolling, waiting for no other cars on track. That would be the 12 machine of Mark Arthur. So we will go check out his qualifying run as he winds this 12 Barbie machine up to speed and get ready for his first time lap here, folks. He'll put that thing against the wall and cut that dog leg, get a straight shot down that front stretch, and float it off into turn number 1. He'll do the diamonding of the corner, which means letting that car drift up just a little at the apex so you get a straight shot in, straight shot off. I like the move as he floats it down to turn number 3 here, looking nice and consistent. That thing does not step out him on either corner. That should be a pretty good lap from the 12 machine. That will put him P number 4, just behind Corey Sherman. And sandwich himself between Sam Bumgarn as well. So the 12 machine P number 4. We'll see if he can better his lap time here, as this is his final time lap as he comes off of turn number 3. The 12 machine will better his lap time just by a little, but enough to take P number 3 just outside of the front row award. Now we got the 17 machine of Brian Dees here to take his first time lap. Brian has had a few podiums now this season, still looking for that race win. He's hungry for it. We'll see if Phoenix, he can get the job done as he's on his first time qualifying lap. As Brian will go actually the slowest overall in lap number 1. He'll throw that lap away and try his hardest here on this final time lap He'll try and see what he can manage in the 17 machine here, as this will be his one true qualifying attempt lap. The 17 machine will go P13. Ty Marasco out there on track will go P number 14. And I think that will be most people qualifying here. We will go while we got a second to the wheel spin, and we'll figure out what lap we are having a competition caution, as we'll give this thing a spin here, folks. And it will land on lap 99. So almost splitting this in half perfectly. So we will have competition caution coming on lap 99, as Jamie Walker is tonight's MF Racing Design pole recipient. Chris Carroll will get the outside pole award, as assuming that no one else will take a lap. We have 27 cars taking a lap here. Only Corey Lindsay and Matt Grunberg have not taken a lap here, so that will most likely do it here for our qualifying. As Matt Grunberg, even last week, had to start from pit road. That didn't deter the 54 machine from finding victory lane. He did get a little lucky, though. He did pit just at the perfect time when a caution flag just flew right after diving down pit road. So he had a little bit of luck on his side. We'll see what he can do here, as once again, he'll drive through the field and try and get his 54 machine back up to the front. Looks like we got some awesome activity out there in the YouTube chat lands. Looks like we got Lori cheering on Mark as well as Tanner. And Constantine as well cheering on both of those drivers. And we got Tanner Marr out here getting ready for the racing action here in about 30 seconds. So, folks, grab a drink here for a second. We got a minute of time before the green flag waves. But before we go racing, we got to go through tonight's starting order, as we will have that just here in a few seconds for you viewers at home. As the sun continues to set, now we got a nice orange skyline, and drivers are getting on the grid, getting ready to go, and we will go through as we'll get through tonight's starting order for the Phoenix race here for race number 11 from the Blazing Pedals Arca series. Starting on the pole, once again, this man is the qualifying machine. He always puts in some flyers for lap times. It'll be the 88 machine of Jamie Walker. Chris Carroll in the 24 will start on the outside pole. Row number 2 will be made up of Mark Arthur in the 12th and Corey Sherman in the 3. Row number 3 will be Sam Bumgarn in the 57 with Dalton Kilroe in the 41. 7th will be John Perkins in the 33. 8th will goes to James Miller in the 09. Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the 10 machine will start 9th, and rounding out our top 10 will be Race Clark in the 02 machine. Terry Foster in the 86 will be 11th. 12th will go to Tanner Marr in the 4. 13th is Brian Dees in the 17. Ty Marasco in the 1 will be 14th. And rounding out the top 15 will be Amanda Sherman in the 8th. Josh Rutherford in the 64 will be 16th. 17th, Ian Habiak in the 16. Phil Van Fleet in the 89 will be 18th. 19th will go to Corey Sherman in the 5. Jason Powell in the 18 will be 20th. 21st, Rick Thompson. 22nd, Randy McAvoy. 23rd will be Kyle Wellman. 24th, Joe Alberico. 25th is Fred Thompson. 26th goes to Brad Lawson. 27th, Casey Campbell. 28th will be Matt Grunberg. And starting shotgun on the field tonight will be Corey Lindsay. As that is tonight's starting order, we will go check out the grid here as the iRacing pace car already down pit road, folks. They will go down this very long backstretch, wait a long time till the restart zone here, with the start finish line being in the middle of the old turns 1 and 2. So we will have to wait a while for these restarts, as the pace car will dive in super early to make it down pit road. As now we'll wait for the 88 to fire on off. He does so. He gets a good jump. We are green flag racing here for race number 11. As we look a little bit further back here, we got some shuffling of position. We got some side-by-side action here, as Corey Sherman stuck to the top side. Dalton Kilroe trying to make that inside work, and Corey Sherman into the wall, down the backstretch, sideways into turn 3. Somehow saves that machine. No one else involved. Heck of a save, but that will cost the 3 car a couple of positions, now already in 10th position. But the key is that his car is still in one piece, as a lot of people having trouble here getting off of turn number 2. As we get a yellow flag here, we will have to see who that was, as I think, quite a few cars involved on this backstretch here. We will have to see what was the cause of this, as we see the 16 of Ian Habia getting loose down the backstretch, coming off that tricky turn number 2, and drivers having nowhere to go. Quite a few big hits. You see Casey Campbell spinning out of the way. Amanda Sherman coming in. Fred Thompson with a late hard hit. And man, some tough hits there, as we will take a look at that again. As we try and get a different view, here we go. We see these drivers coming in, and Matt Gruenberg making his way through that wreck. Somehow does not, I don't think, got involved. Folks, that was a close call for the 54 machine, as we might have to ride on board with him, see what he saw. As we look at this wreck avoidance from the 54, sees him wrecking up high, sees that gap right there in the middle, misses the 63, misses the 7. Holy smokes, folks, it doesn't get much closer than that. As we go back live, and quite a few cars down pit road with some heavy damage early in this race. As we go back up to the front here, Jamie Walker is still leading the way. As I want to say, about 6 or 7 cars involved in that incident on lap number 2. So that is going to end quite a few people's night. Very premature here at Phoenix. And this car track combo, very tough. These Arca cars, very tough to get on the loud pedal. Not too much downforce with these old school bodies, and a lot of horsepower to try and put them down on these general tires that are usually pretty stiff. They do not like heat, so if you get them hot, you got to be really careful for quite a few laps. So I think drivers will notice that. Keep it in mind and try and probably take it a little bit more easy here, as the iRacing pace car heads down pit road and will wait a long time to get back in the restart zone. And we'll see if the 88 of Jamie Walker can get away with another fantastic restart. As we wait for the 88 to fire on off. He does so there, gets another great start. We are back. Green flag racing here at Phoenix. Jamie Walker gets away with almost a half a second lead already over the 24 of Chris Carroll. Now a little bit further back, we got some side-by-side battles. Once again, Corey Sherman stuck on the top side, but with a little bit of connection issues maybe, as it seems to be. And folks, we may have our first restart review of the night because the lap number 1, you cannot go below the inside yellow line in adventure position. So there's some talk that some car may have done it. So we'll have to keep in mind, see if anyone is heading down pit road or not. As we see the battle for 6th place unfold here. The 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin trying to complete the pass on Dalton Carroll does so. And I think we found the driver. I think it was Race Clark in the O2 machine. He's the one that dipped down there. Not allowed to do that, so that will take away a bunch of track position as well. Probably put him a lap down as Jamie Walker able to pull on away a little bit from Chris Carroll in second, who has Sam Bumgard trying to chase him on down for that second position. Back and forth, we got Mark Arthur with James Miller right on his back bumper, and then the rest of the field coming on along, being led by the 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Look a little bit further back at the 43 machine. You see him hands all over the place. We got one car against the wall. That's Casey Campbell. He able to bring that thing pit side very quickly, not bring out a yellow. But right before we were talking about that, I was going to say we're going to take a look at Kyle Wellman. He had his hands full off of turn number 2. Had to really save that race car. Did a great job doing it. Lost just a little bit of time because of it, but could have turned out a lot worse. Also a little bit further back in this battle, we got Matt Grunberg trying to battle the Rutherfords. Josh and Corey right in front of him side by side, as he'll now make it 3 wide here to try and get around both of them in one go. That 54 machine all the way down to that inside. They'll go 3 wide into turn number 1. They'll all make it stick. The 54 straddling that yellow line. Not too much traction down there as the 5 also gets loose. Not going up to the wall, so that'll leave the 54 machine pinched way down low as he tries to build back up some momentum and try and complete this pass on the 5 of Corey Rutherford. Looks like here Grunberg able to complete the pass here. Now Corey Rutherford looking at the crossover. He'll dive to the inside of the 54. Doesn't make it stick, so give the position to the 54. As a little bit further up, we got a tense battle between 3 cars. It'll be Terry Foster, Phil Van Fleet, and Rick Thompson, all battling for 14th spot on the track. I'm digging the Mopar scheme from Phil Van Fleet. Always love a car with some flames, as that definitely adds at least a couple horsepower to any sort of race car, as he's able to defend the position from both of those drivers. Keep P number 14 further on up. We saw one car get the wall. I believe it may have been the 4 car or maybe the 1 car itself, but one of these 2 did get the wall a little bit off of, I want to say, this dog leg here after the start-finish line. A little bit further up, we got Mark Arthur getting around Sam Bumgarn. That moves the 12 machine back to P number 3, and now he'll set his sights on Chris Carroll, but not before Sam Bumgarn tries the crossover. There sadly isn't too much grip on that low side going into turn number 3, so we'll see drivers take that very easily, and if they overdo it, drive a little too deep in there, we'll see the front ends take on off from them very quickly. So drivers have to be very cautious about that crossover move and making sure that their car does actually stick. The 09 machine just tags the backstretch wall there off of turn number 2. But right now, Jamie Walker checking out in front. He has extended his race lead to 2 seconds. There you see the difference too. Chris Carroll, who's now being chased down by the 12 of Mark Arthur. As Matt Grunberg continues to pass drivers, he is now in a battle with the 64 of Josh Rutherford for P number 18. When Matt Grunberg, assuming that he completes the pass, that will move him up 10 positions already before 20 laps are even completed in this race. We look a little bit further back and we got a battle for 6th place here. It's Dalton Kilroe and Taylor Butcher Benjamin side by side down the backstretch here. The 10 machine down low, the 41 up top. And it looks like Corey Sherman in the 3 trying to jump in on this battle as well. We saw Taylor Butcher Benjamin really drive forward early in this race. We maybe have to wonder, did he start using up his tires a little too much compared to the guys around him, maybe trying to save and try and pace out their run a little bit better? We'll have to see what will unfold here as the 10 now under fire from the 3. The 3 will drive it on in there deep and almost get clear by the time they get to the start finish line, but now the 10 will have the run up top here. As Corey Sherman now have the preferred line, that inside line so dominant here through 1 and 2. But they will stay once again side by side as the 10 using up every inch of racing surface right against that wall off the corner exit. But not making it easy for this 3 car for 7th position. As these guys still going at it, Taylor Butcher Benjamin able to defend the position. We saw Corey Sherman get big time sideways off of turn number 2. That would hurt his momentum down that. Able to let the 10 car get the run and able to keep P number 7 at the moment, as there'll probably be only a amount of time before the 3 can come on back, as the 3 used up a lot of tire trying to attempt the pass there. A little bit further back, we see Brian Dees trying to put the move on the 33 machine of John Perkins. This is the battle for 9th on track here, as Brian Dees got the big run, dove down low, cut that track as small as possible, and John Perkins says, "Here you go, you have it. We'll battle for a different time. Not worth it this early in the race." As now we jump up a little bit further, Dalton Kilroe all over the back bumper of the 09 machine of James Miller. This could get interesting here as Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Corey Sherman right behind as well. Dalton Kilroe will get to the inside of the 09 machine by cutting that dog leg a little bit more aggressively than the 09, so that will open up the inside for the 41, and they are very close. That was some close racing there. I'm surprised the 09 didn't even get aero loose because how much air the 41 was taking off that spoiler, but heck of a battle for the 5th position here on lap number 26 and now 27. As Dalton Kilroe still right on the back bumper of the 9 machine. Now he'll try and go to the top side. We'll see if James Miller will shut the door He will not. The 41 machine of Dalton Kilrow will try the high side here of the 09 machine. As long as he can have his nose to the right rear by corner exit, he'll have a big run here as 09 struggling on traction off that corner, like we see everyone stuck on that inside line. So that might have been a move that a lot of drivers will have to keep in the back of their mind here, is that move Dalton just pulled on off, because he's able to get around. That'll leave the door open for the 10 machine. Now they will do battle. The 09 and the 10 side by side here. As James Miller, big time loose. He got the apron. He will slide all the way up to the wall in front of the 3 of Corey Sherman. Now Corey Sherman will have to drive it in there deep, try and clear him before they get back to turns 1 and 2. You have to cut this dog leg as low as possible here, and he does just that. As these two now side by side in turns 1 and 2 here. And they have Brian Dees right there as well, right behind them, to try and take advantage of if either of these two drivers are slow. We see Brian Dees jump to the top side of the 3 car. Not quite able to make it stick. We'll try the crossover here and look to the inside now of Corey Sherman. And here's where everyone's struggling on this inside line. It's that traction off of 2. And Brian D seemed to have figured it out. He did not get loose at all, folks. Only lost about a quarter car length versus the whole car lengths that we see people lose from getting loose. So Brian Dees might be able to complete this pass on Corey Sherman. That would move the 17 up into 8th and the 3 car down to 9th. And he's able to do it, folks. So Brian Dees, another car on a mission to the front. A little bit further back here, we see Matt Grunberg already up to P number 14. He has passed 14 cars, so he is already halfway through this field here tonight. As he's to the inside of the 76, our race number 1 winner of Rick Thompson. Matt Grunberg will complete the pass here. Rick Thompson, I'm sure, may have lifted just a little bit, make sure, give him some room to slide on up. But Matt Grunberg now to 13th and keeps on charging through this field in that white and black number 54 machine. Up front, though, Jamie Walker still setting a blistering pace. He is 2.5 seconds ahead of Chris Carroll, who is in second. We'll show you the difference there. That is how much track between them. About a half a second back. We have Mark Arthur, who has Sam Bumgarn right on his back bumper here. So Sam Bumgarn trying to get back P number 3 from the 12 machine. As a little bit further back, we got a little bit of lap traffic throwing its way in there. Brian Dees has caught the back bumper, or started to catch the tail end of that pack in front of him. The furthest car being back in that pack is the 09 machine of James Miller. As we see Jason Powell reeling in the 33 of John Perkins, but at the same time the 54 machine of Matt Grunberg reeling in both of these cars. So we're about to have a 3-car battle here, and I want to say about a lap or two. As Jason Powell look to the inside, try and use the lap car as a pick. John Perkins will get enough of a run. He will say, "No way, Jose," and take that line away from him. Make sure he doesn't get used as a pick there, and he will be able to defend that position. But the 18 gonna set him up again here as he looks to the inside in turn number 2. Oh, while this is going on, this is allowing the 54 machine of Grunberg to catch these guys and also try and set them on up, as he will now look to the inside. The 18 will also look to the inside. Almost 3 wide there as you see Matt Grunberg go all the way up to the top side. Now you have to pick and choose which line is going to prevail, low or high. As we'll ride on board with the 54 machine. We got to do this once already tonight with that wreck avoidance. Now we'll check out, see what he's seeing as he tries to go to the inside. We'll see if those cars will show up on the right side. They don't. We'll have to go to the view, and they are 3 wide here in 1 and 2. They will both get around John Perkins in that one corner, but Matt Grunberg not able to get around the 18 as well. As a little bit further up, James Miller, heavy pressure from the 17 of Brian Dees. This is the battle for 7th on track, folks. As that time by, folks, we see the start of green flag pit stops. Our leader, Jamie Walker, the first car down pit road with a few other takers. It looks like John Perkin and Rick Thompson both down pit road. This will hand the race lead over to the 24 machine of Chris Carroll, and he will lead his first laps of tonight's race. He will come in this time, the 24 machine down pit road. Looks like Mark Arthur will stay on out. Sam Bumgarn will come on in. So now Mark Arthur will inherit the race lead. As Mark has a little bit of right side damage there. Maybe just kissed the wall at some point. It looks like Jamie Walker rolling out of pit road here. He will get that thing up to speed. Mark Arthur down on the apron. He is coming into pit road this time by. Same with the 10 machine of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. James Miller driving it in there deep. He got it woed down. Ty Marasco, another one, driving it in there late. I wonder if he got it woed up in time. As we take a look at Jamie Walker, who will inherit the race lead once green flag pit cycles continue to cycle on through. Here's Chris Carroll rolling up to speed here. Pitted a lap later than the race leader. And didn't really lose too much time, surprisingly. About 2 seconds and a quarter back from the race leader. As the person I want to take a look at is Mark Arthur rolling off of pit road. He was one of the latest down pit road, so we'll see where he can slot on out to. It seems like most drivers took tires, but the front two, maybe only right sides or maybe just filled it up and go, as they for sure had slower stops than the rest of the field. So already some tire strategy coming into play here tonight, as Mark Arthur will be battling Sam Bumgarn here. Sam was pitted a lap sooner than the 12. That gave him a lap to make up some time on some fresh tires, and it will be able to jump him on up. He will get P number 4. Dalton Kilroe sitting in P number 3 with one of the quickest stops out there. I think he was one of the first down pit road as well. Let me double check my numbers here. Yeah, he was part of that second group. He made up a bunch of time somewhere because he came out both in front of the 12 and the 17, as the 12 now in some traffic here. Brian Dees able to get on around, so Brian Dees will be in the top 5 here, and Taylor Butcher Benjamin putting the pressure on the 12 machine. Mark Arthur seemingly slow right now. I think he might be really saving these tires, really watching his pace here. As already we see Matt Grunberg inside the top 10 here. He is now battling the 09 machine for 8th, and also Mark Arthur as Taylor Butcher Benjamin gets the backstretch wall pretty good there. And now the 54 machine will try and get around the 12. He will do that in turn number 3 there. Maybe the 12 is trying to save fuel till the end, till this competition caution on lap 99. All a bunch of big questions on what's going on with that 12 machine. As Jamie Walker still leading the way, Chris Carroll is able to close the gap just a little bit, closing in on a 2.5 back, but that 88 machine has been holding the pace of this field all night long. Will he be able to get it done, folks? Almost the completion of the first third of this race, this 88 machine has looked very strong, so we'll have to see if he can get his first win of this season for the Blazing Pedals Arca Series. A little bit further back, we see some almost 3 wide racing action. This is the battle for 16th, 17th, and 18th as Kyle Wellman gets big time loose, gets into the back of the 4. Phil Van Fleet will give him a little tap as well. And I am surprised that 42 did not hook that 4 car into the outside wall there. That was a recipe for disaster. But somehow all the drivers keeping it facing the right direction, as now Tanner Marr will get around the 5 machine of Corey Rutherford. As we look a little bit further, Matt Grunberg going to battle with the 09 machine of James Miller. This is the battle for 7th on the speedway. Matt Grunberg trying to make that inside work. It is so tough to put down the traction because you have so much wheel in it to make the bottom of these corners. And that with that so much wheel, it's hard to get the rear traction to fire on off and get it run like the guys on this top side. As I assume the inside will come in a little bit more as the race goes on, but right now it is top side dominant, especially off of turn 2 there. I mean, you see the 09 machine drive away 2 car lengths just down the backstretch. Another thing with getting stuck behind cars like that, you know, your patience starts going down and your frustration levels start going up. As we are under yellow flag here, we got an issue. It looks like the 4 machine of Randy McAvoy trying to loop it on around. He at least got it down on the apron out of harm's way, but we'll have to see what happened to the 7 car as we see him going down the backstretch here. He was battling, I want to say, right around the 20th position here before this yellow flag came on out, and looks like Terry Foster went from the high to the low side. The 7 machine didn't have time to react. Awesome wreck avoidance by that 46 of Fred Thompson just to make it around there, and then the 7 machine will get it out of harm's way, whip it on around, but with doing so gets it refacing the wrong way. As now we go back up to the front here, and we got the field coming down pit road, but not all of them. We have the 09 machine of James Miller staying on out, same with Matt Grunberg, but Jamie Walker will lead a lot of the field down pit road. as we continue to see strategy unfolding here, folks, because we had some drivers just take fuel, some drivers take 4 tires. So these restarts about to get very interesting. And of course, quite a few drivers still out there on old tires, about the top 7 up until Terry Foster stayed on out. The first car that pitted was Dalton Kilroy, but for fuel only, the first car with tires, I think, is the 88 machine of Jamie Walker. So we'll have to keep an eye on this 88 machine, see what he can do with a fresh set of General tires on that Mountain Dew machine. As up front, Joe Alberico will be waved around here with 1 lap to go, but James Miller will lead us to the green flag. The first time tonight we don't see the 88 doing just that. Matt Grunberg will start on the outside and already up to the front row, so this man is on another mission here tonight. Tanner Marr up into 3rd place, Josh Rutherford in 4th, and Corey Rutherford rounding out the top 5 on this restart. As the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car, we are going green flag racing here. Next time by, we'll have the 09 machine of James Miller leading us to green flag. And we'll have to keep an eye on this pack here, folks, as a whole bunch of different strategies being used here. And we'll see who will come out on top, because we still got the competition caution, I believe, on lap 99. Maybe not with this one, but we'll find out when that time comes, as we'll wait for the 09 machine to fire on off. He's in the restart zone, and we are back green flag racing here at Phoenix. Matt Grunberg gets a really good restart from that second lane, only a car length back, but further back we got 2x2 as far as the eye can see. The first 2 being side by side will be Terry Foster and Kyle Wellman. The rest of the field trying to jockey on around and see where an opening will unfold. As Dalton Kilroy tries to go up the middle, Terry Foster will take that away. There'll be 3 wide here, and we'll see him fan on out down the dogleg here. 4, 5 wide, 3 wide, all over the track. As a whole bunch of 3 wide racing action now. Up front, Dalton Kilroy trying to make that high side work. They are going for it, boys. As further back, still 3 wide racing action as we see this. They continue to fan on out through the dogleg, trying to make it work. We see Jamie Walker now entering the picture, and 1 car sideways. That's the one of Ty Marasco. He will go around, maybe with some help from the 86 machine of Terry Foster. We will have to go back and take a look at what brought out this most recent yellows. He's already sideways, the one of Marasco. And then Mark Arthur able to get on the binders enough and just not make too much contact with the one. Just get that thing woed on up. As we will take a look one more time and see what happened here. As some 3 wide racing action, and yeah, looks like the 86 just got tight being on those old tires. Just gave the 1 car a tap, but in the middle of the corner, that's all it takes to send these cars around. As this time we get some more pitters. Now we see Matt Grunberg, Tanner Marr, Josh Rutherford, Kyle Wellman, just to name a few. But James Miller continues to stay on out. I think the only car that did not pit at these 50 lap marks is that car out there. Same with James Miller, as well as Terry Foster is the other driver that still has not pitted since those green flag pit stops. So with this yellow flag, I will throw it over to commercial break, and I'll be right back here in about a minute. Don't go anywhere, folks. Alrighty, folks, we are back here still under yellow flag at the Phoenix International Raceway for race number 11 here at the Blazing Pedals Arca Series, presented by TRJ Karting. Of course, like that commercial said, if you need a paint scheme that really pops, stands out on the broadcast like this one here tonight, be sure to check out MF Racing Designs, as he's painted quite a few sweet looking race cars out here on track. Just like that guy sitting in second place there in that 17 machine of Brian Dees. As this time by, we should see the lights get extinguished on the iRacing pace car, and that will mean next time by we will be going green flag racing here. And that will be the case. Once again, the 09 machine of James Miller will lead us into the restart zone this time. He will be the only driver that did not pit there, so the strategy kind of going away a little bit. We'll see how the 09 machine fares as the ADA of Jamie Walker sits in 10th. He is the car furthest up with brand new tires. So we will have to see how he fares as we look back up to the front and get ready for another restart. We'll wait for the 09 machine to get in the restart zone, and from there, it's his choice when to go. As he is in it here, waits till the very end. He jumps on the loud pedal. We are back green flag racing. Brian Dees does not get a super fantastic restart. Even misses a gear there maybe. That will open up the door for the 41 and the 24 both to get on by. He will now be to the top side as Chris Carroll putting on the pressure here to the 41 machine. As one car is around here, that looks like the 5 machine of Corey Rutherford. And you know the old saying, Darrell Waltrip said it, and I'll quote it again. Cautions breed cautions, as we're back under yellow flag for another time here at Phoenix, as we'll take a look to see what happened to the 5 machine. As you see the field going through turn 1, now through turn 2. We'll keep an eye on the 5. It looks like he gets that thing big time sideways, tries to catch it, just gets away from him enough, and oh man, heavy contact to that inside wall for the 5 machine there. As another car down pit road, this time it would be the one of Ty Marasco. As with another yellow flag, folks, it'll be a perfect time to throw it to another commercial and give me another breather and another chance to drink some more water. I'll be right back once again.
Shut up and sit down.
And we are back here once again at the Phoenix International Raceway. Of course, another great word from another great sponsor here at the Blazing Pedal Arca Series. The one that's on the number 3 machine, Savage Edge. As once again, the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car. That means we are going green flag racing here once again. Once we get back in the restart zone, so now we got a long ways to go for there. And yep, Chris, out there in the YouTube chat lands, just like you said, Savage Edge, they'll put your name on anything. Don't be afraid to hit them up on Facebook or on their website. As now we'll wait for James Miller to fire on off and have us go back to green flag racing. As once again, waits a good bit in the box, and we are back green flag racing. This time, Dalton Kilroe doesn't get the greatest start on the top side. That'll leave the door just open enough for Chris Carroll to stick his nose in on the inside. They'll be side by side, door to door for second place. As the 24 gets a little bit loose off the corner, the 41 will have the momentum. And he'll take away the line. Now Brian Dees will try and sail it on the top side, get to the right rear quarter panel of the 24. And he will do just that here as we see them once again fan down on to the apron, because now they can do that as it's 3 wide for the race lead. Dalton Kilroe trying to get the job done on the top side. James Miller big time sideways somehow saves that race car. Chris Carroll has to jump out of the throttle to let him save it. So Dalton Kilroe will be our race leader here as they continue to go 3 wide race in action. Now for second place as James Miller getting eaten alive on those old tires. We were wondering how he was going to fare, and not looking too good for the 09 machine. Here comes Jamie Walker on fresh tires as well. He's already up to 4th and looking to make some easy moves on the field around him here as we come to lap number 75 of 188. As we look a little bit further back here, Race Clark having the rebound here. He had to come in pits for making that move too early on the apron. Now back up in the top 10 here. Mac Rurenberg just pitted on the second most recent yellow. He's trying to drive back through this field once again. He's now back inside the top 10. As looking up front here, Dalton Kilroe leading the way, but heavy fire behind him as Jamie Walker drives it in from 3 car lengths behind. As we get another yellow flag here, it looks like the one car facing the wrong way, Phil Van Fleet, also stopped on the speedway, and some heavy front end damage to the one machine. As we will take a look and see what happened here as we see them going past the start finish line and making their way to turn number 1. As, a little bit of miscommunication there heading into turn number 1. Terry Foster just gets on by the 64 of Josh Rutherford. Heavy front end contact with Phil Van Fleet. And folks, I didn't talk about it at the beginning of the show. Usually I do at Phoenix. But going through that dogleg, there's always a chance that maybe the guy to your top side, guy to your inside, doesn't move as much as you think they would, doesn't go up to the wall, stays a little low. The guy on the inside moves up too quickly, and that's what happens there between the 1 and the 89. And some heavy, heavy contact for the 1 as he goes head on into the outside wall. And Josh Rutherford, nowhere to go, and he also makes heavy contact. So that will probably end the night for the one machine, as Dalton Kilroe is the race leader here under this yellow flag. As with this yellow, we'll talk about a little bit about the race information here. We're at the 1 mile in length Phoenix International Speedway. Of course, it shows the new start finish line there. And sadly doesn't have the turns labeled, but the big sweeper is 1 and 2, then 3 and 4 are the tight little ones right before the start finish line there. Looking like a nice, cool night. The track temperature a little bit hotter than outside. Absolutely no wind, so drivers don't have to worry about any sort of crosswind. And of course, Blazing Pedals is presented by TRJ Karting, MF Racing Designs, Savage Edge, who we've heard from both of those already in commercials, and of course Butt Kicker as well. As with this many yellows right before the stage caution, folks, I think we will not have one on lap 99, as we are already approaching that within 20 laps of that here. So if these guys get going, they will be racing to the end of this race. We'll take a look here. As we'll take a look here, no one. Looks like no one here in the infield care center after that or whatnot, so we will not be grabbing anyone as we are on 1 to go here, getting ready to go back to some racing action here. Dalton Kilroe now will lead us to green flag. Brian Dees will be in second. Jamie Walker in third on those fresh tires. James Miller in the 09 machine in fourth, and Sam Bumgarn will round out this restart top 5. As we wait for the 41 machine to get in the zone. He will be on it early. We are back. Green flag racing here at Phoenix. Looks like Brian Dees will get an okay restart, but will be side by side with Jamie Walker on those fresh tires. He will most likely make easy work of the 17 machine as he will get a whole bunch of traction no matter what line he's in. Also a little bit further back, Matt Grunberg up to 7th place already. As Jamie Walker will now dive down in the dogleg here, try and make this track as short as possible. Has the advantage on the 17 machine and will just clear him at the apex. Now he just has to get on the loud pedal a little bit more aggressively than the 17. Not quite able to do it. They'll be door to door down the backstretch here as they head into turn number 3. Right now, James Miller looking pretty solid. We saw him dropping like a rock on that last restart, but now holding his own there in 5th. So that 09 machine looking a lot better, firing off this time. As Jamie Walker able to complete the pass. Now he'll set his sights on the race lead here. A little bit further back, we got Matt Grunberg putting the battle to the 10 machine of TBB. They'll be side by side here as Corey Sherman will be looking to the inside of the 54 as well. As Race Clark a little bit slow up top. Not sure what happened to the 02 machine, but he is way back there now. As up front, Jamie Walker within 2/10 of the race leader. He has been catching Dalton Kilrow ever so slightly, trying to see if he can make the move for the race lead here. 88. One of the deepest into turn number 3 to make it stick. As further on back, Corey Sherman still taking the battle to the 54 machine of Matt Grunberg. This is the battle for 7th on track. Matt Grunberg will be able to defend the position there and keep 7th position. As up front, the race lead continues to closen and tighten in as Jamie Walker a 10th and a half back. As they head down the backstretch, Brian D's about not quite a half a second back, but almost that far back, as he's kind of in the middle of no man's land with James Miller about 0.6 of a second back. As Jamie Walker making Dalton Kilrow watch those mirrors. He's to his inside into turn number 1. This is the battle for the race lead. As we are once again under yellow flag, we'll have to take a look at what happened, as it looks like a lot of drivers involved here and a lot of them spinning it on around trying to get it rolling, as this looks like a big one here, as drivers aren't happy after this one. As it looks like Terry Foster already sideways, Kyle Wellman as well, and then Race Clark gets involved. Josh Rutherford. Heavy contact here once again. The 7 of Randy McAvoy and the 83 of Joe Albrico also involved, as a lot of cars making heavy contact. And oh man, Phil Van Fleet coming in there very late with the Arca brakes. As we will take a look to see what started this between, it looks like the 86 machine gets on the brakes very early. Mark Arthur not expecting that. Sends the 86 machine, and then, of course, they get back together here, and it's a roadblock in turn number 1 there, and we'll see them all continue to pile on in as we'll watch this unfold here. Has quite a few drivers involved in that one, and the number of damaged cars out here will increase with that one, as a lot of drivers, I want to say at least 7 involved in that one, as Dalton Kilroe still has the race lead over Jamie Walker, who is in second, Brian Dees in third, James Miller hanging on to fourth, and Sam Bumgarn will once again round out the top 5 for this restart. As the lights are extinguished once again here on the iRacing pace car, Dalton Kilroe will lead us to green flag here on the restart once again. Jamie Walker with those fresh tires will be up top, and he will try and see what kind of run he can get. All the 88 has to do is stay to his right rear quarter panel by the time they get to turns 1 and 2, and will be all set. As the field bunches up here and we get ready to go back to green flag racing action. As the 41 launches here nice and early again, we are back green flag racing. Dalton Kilroe with a great restart. Jamie Walker might have a nose from the 17 just to his inside, as we are back under yellow flag here once again. We'll have to see where on the speedway it was. It looks like maybe the 7. It is indeed the 7 car stopped against the inside walls. We'll take a look to see what happened, and once again the tricky dog leg taken, oh man, heavy contact afterwards, as we'll get the replay once again here at full speed. But once again, the miscommunication in the dog leg, but not sure what kind of miscommunication, as these drivers were told you can't go below that inside line on the first start. So a tough contact there and some heavy contact for the 7 car, as we are back under yellow flag. And with this, I'm going to go to commercial break once again here. As we are back here, we are under our 7th caution of the night here at Phoenix, here on lap number 97. And we had some strategy once again here at Phoenix. Some drivers coming down pit road here, the likes of Chris Carroll, John Perkins, Brian Dees, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and Matt Grunberg all down pit road to, I assume, get 4 fresh General tires and see what they can do, as they'll probably only have to restart right around the 10th position. So with these yellow flags, it definitely opens up the door to come down and take some tires when no one else does. As these caution laps, folks, do get a smidge longer with lap down cars having to pit, but we got the lights off on the iRacing pace car. We are going to get back green flag racing here on lap 99 when it was supposed to be the competition caution. If we didn't get any yellows up until then, of course we've had 7 now, so this is when it would be, but we are actually under yellow anyway, so it all works out in the end. As now we'll wait for Dolan Kilroe to fire on off. He's had some awesome restarts, have went early every single time. Will he continue that? Will Jamie Walker maybe get the jump on it a little bit better here? We will find out here. As Dolan Kilroe fires on off, Jamie Walker gets a decent restart, won't have to worry about anyone in his mirror, can hit whatever lines he wants to here and set his sights on the 41 machine. Right behind him, Sam Bumgarn and James Miller going side by side here. Also Rick Thompson throwing his hat in the fight here side by side with Corey Sherman on the right of your screen. Sam Bumgarn able to complete the pass. That will move him into P number 3. As Corey Sherman, now that the dog leg is open, will jump down there and get to the inside of the 09 machine. As we click over to triple digit laps completed. As Corey Sherman, big time loose off of turn number 4. He somehow keeps that thing the right direction, keeps it off the wall, but at the cost of losing a ton of track position. As you see Kyle Wellman throw it on in there. Slide on up to Matt Grunberg's door, but no contact or anything like that. As we still stay green. As Jamie Walker has once again closed in on our race leader, Dalton Kilroe. These two almost side by side. These two were about to go at it last time before that yellow flag came out. Also, James Miller way down on the apron here. I think he's coming in for a pit stop here. So, interesting call. Right after all those yellows, he doesn't come in. But now that we're green flag, he does come on in. So, we'll have to see how that works out. As a perfect timing, actually, as we get a yellow flag here, and it looks like it might be the 3 machine as well as the 33 of John Perkins. The 42 looks like they're also involved. As we will take a look to see what brought out the yellow flag is, oh man, folks, some heavy contact there between the 42 and the 3. As we will take a look at them going down the backstretch. We saw Corey Sherman half a lap before, get really loose on corner exit, have to really back it on down, and then you see the 42 try and make a move a little too late. The 3 was not expecting it, already in his motions, and some heavy contact between quite a few drivers as Ty Marasco also gets turned around facing the wrong direction as well. Not sure what happened to him. as that will be caution flag number 8. We see some more cars down pit road, the likes of the 88, the 3, the 33, all down pit road, this time by as we get the iRacing pace car lights extinguished once again. We are going back green flag racing next time by, once again, Dalton Kilroe will lead us to green flag. This time Rick Thompson, our Daytona winner, will be starting second. Race Clark with the rebound of the night so far will be third. Tanner Marr with an awesome run here so far, up in fourth. And Chris Carroll rounding out the top 5. As we get ready to go back green flag racing here at Phoenix once again, as Dalton Kilroe will get another great start here. He'll be all by himself out front. Rick Thompson, halfway decent restart, but has the Ford machine of Tanner Marr right on his back bumper, and Race Clark will get a nose to the inside of the 76 machine here into turn number 1. Chris Carroll will now dive down, look to the inside of the Ford machine of Tanner Marr. Tanner swings out a little bit wide there. Now we'll have Matt Grunberg on his back bumper. We'll see him fan on out through the dog leg here, as Chris Carroll driving that 24 machine to the front here into the inside of Race Clark. Has a lot of racing action going on in the midfield of this pack from about 5th on back to, I want to say, 12th or so. These guys all racing very hard because they know this could be very important track position, especially if we don't get any more yellow flags by the end of the night, because now there's no more guarantees that this race can't go to the end, as once again we're back 3 wide here in 2 different places. Matt Grunberg being the one in the middle in the front one. Taylor Butcher Benjamin being stuck in the middle further on back. As Matt Grunberg keeps on trying to work the back bumper of that Ford machine. Finally able to get on around. It'll be 3 wide, almost 4 wide here as the 09 machine of James Miller will try and throw his hat in the mix here because he just pitted. He's on some of the newest tires here as he gets big time sideways. Same with the 54 of Sam Bumgarn. That will slow up them just a smidge and let these guys in front of him kind of get it sorted out a little bit more as Jamie Walker's now back up into P number 4 here. Matt Grunberg also trying to make it on through as well. He will be P number 5 if he's able to complete the pass on the O2 machine, which he looks like he will here. As up front we got Dalton Kilroat. Dalton Kilroat still leading the way in this race. We actually got a lap car here. That 42 of Kyle Wellman is not racing for position up in this group, but Rick Thompson there in the 76 machine is the car in second. Chris Carroll is in third, and Jamie Walker has already drove up to this pack and trying to see what he can do here as he looks to the outside of the 24 machine as they will be 2 by 2, 2 rows deep. As the 88 will try and, I assume, make it 3 wide here. Same with Chris Carroll. They will fan on out here for the battle for second place. Will continue to rage on as, oh man, almost contact down low as Rick Thompson just barely gives Chris Carroll enough room. He'll slide down in front of the nose of the 24. That'll leave the top side open for the 88 machine. Give Jamie Walker to P number 2. Now the 88 has to get around Kyle Wellman here and then set his sights on the race leader, the 41 machine of Dalton Kilrow. As further on back, they mostly single filed on out. The first car out in line would be the battle for 10th here. That would be the 18 of Jason Powell and the 4 of Tanner Marr. And then Brian D's also trying to get involved there as they almost make contact, folks, between the 18 and the 17 there as they both try and navigate into turn number 1. But up front, battle for the race lead. Jamie Walker to the inside of the 41 machine. Jamie Walker able to drive it into turn 1. He's the man that's done it the best here tonight as we see the Dalton Kilrow will dive down pit road here. So Jamie Walker will once again reclaim the lead here at Phoenix. Here with about 70 laps to go. As a little bit further back here, we see Rick Thompson under fire from the 09 machine of James Miller, who is then also under fire from the 57. As well as a little bit further up, Chris Carroll trying to get around Kyle Wellman. Kyle will, get tagged in the back from the 54 of Grunberg. That will bring out a yellow flag. The question is, who will claim it, as I think that will eliminate Kyle Wellman from getting the lucky dog there, as he was the reason for the caution. So a tough break for the 42 machine here, as I think this will be the 9th caution of the night. Now we did get some good green flag run in there, folks. So the question is, who will come down pit road? Who will take on some tires, or They got to start getting limited on some of them, as we see some drivers staying on out. Some, of course, coming on down pit road. As we will once again throw it to commercial break.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to Phoenix International Raceway. As of course we got Jamie Walker leading the way here. We did have some cars come down pit road here, so that will change up the running order. As we have about till 7th position that did pit there, so as they run right now, we have 14 cars on the lead lap. Mark Arthur actually able to get back on the lead lap. The last car waved on around, so the 12 machine back on the lead lap, and I know a lot of fans will like to hear that. As the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car, we are going green flag racing here. Next time by. As the iRacing pace car is down pit road, we'll get ready for the 88 of Jamie Walker to fire on off. As we wait for the 88 to fire on off, he's in the restart zone, gets a little tap. He's on the loud pedal. We are back racing here at Phoenix. Chris Carroll gets a decent restart here, and they'll be side by side for third with James Miller and Sam Bumgarn both throwing their cars in the corner here in turn number 1. They both made up some ground on our second place driver, Chris Carroll, there in turns 1 and 2. As this time, the dog leg is open. We'll see who takes it. We see some drivers all over the place here. As we see these battles unfolding here. Right here we're looking, oh, the 83 machine of Joe Albrico sideways here, and still no yellow flag somehow. As there it is, we put it on out on the speedway here once again, and we'll have to figure out what happened as we saw it unfolding a little bit on screen. Couldn't quite get to the right car at quick enough of a time, but we will have to see what happened to the 83 machine as we will watch down the backstretch here. And oh man, 89 machine maybe not going down on the dog leg. 83 didn't think they would do it. Josh Rutherford, another hard impact for the nose of the 64 machine. Mark Arthur to the inside wall. We'll have to see what happened to the 12 machine in this. As you see them there is the aftermath of them kind of getting around, and luckily not too hard of hits. Those hits could have been a lot harder for both the 5 of Corey Rutherford and the 12 of Mark Arthur, but keeping the damage to a minimum. But a tough break for all of those cars involved, as most of those guys have had ups and downs here tonight, and that's another down to add to their resume. As I believe this is our 10th caution now here tonight at Phoenix. So we have had hit the double digits here and the caution marker. We are about 58 laps to go here at Phoenix. Alrighty, folks. Once again, the iRacing pace car lights are extinguished on top of it. So that means we are going back racing here as these guys will re-rack them, restack them. And I think this time we'll ride on board with the 76 machine of Rick Thompson. We'll jump on the driver cam as well as getting a shot of the real life stuff, see what he's seeing. He's got his VR set up, so we'll take a look and see what the 76 is seeing and how he's reacting on this restart. As you see him here, it can't go below that yellow line here for this first lap, but after that he can. As we see Rick Thompson roll it on in here in turn one, make up a bunch of time on the 24. Now the 57 struggles a little bit with traction. That evens him out in front of him. Got the 09 machine right to his door on the right side there. And here's where it gets fun, folks. Now you can drop down and go wherever you want. We'll see how low he cuts the dog leg here as we see him fan out even in front of him. So in front of him, he's got James Miller and Sam Bumgarn going to battle up there. Jamie Walker driving on away from the field a little bit. Chris Carroll trying to reel him on in here. So as we ride on board with Rick, he knows he's got to pick the right line of the cars in front of him. We'll try and get to the top side of the 57 if he can. If you see in his A-pillar mirror, this 18 machine of the 18 car trying to look to the inside as well. So we'll go take a look and see what it looks like from outside the car here. As we see the 18 machine of Jason Powell trying to get an opening down low as well. And with these guys mostly in a pack here, we got Rick Thompson now putting the battle to James Miller. So this is the battle for third. While that's going on, I think it's the perfect time to do a little bit of turn 3, turn it up. So I will let the cars do a talking for a few laps here. Alrighty, folks, we are back, and we got a battle raging on here for third place. Sam Bumgarn and James Miller doing battle here door to door for multiple laps here. That has backed them on up, allowed the cars behind them to catch them, and everyone's trying to stick to that top side. They think that James Miller will come out of this on top in the preferred line, so we'll have to see. As we see the 18 of Jason Powell trying down low as well. This is the battle from third on through, I want to say, like 10th on track. So quite a few cars in this gaggle as they are 2 by 2 for 4 rows deep. As Brian D's just looking for any sort of opening. He'll try and jump to the top side, but that will be too long of a way around there. He'll have a little bit of a run though, but nowhere to go with it as they head back into turn number 1 here. This allowed Jamie Walker and Chris Carroll both walk away from the field here. They are 2 seconds in front of this battle, so they are loving what they're seeing in their mirror. They're hoping it goes green till the end of this race. As Sam Baumgarten losing a little bit of position slowly over time to the 09 machine, but still trying his hardest as he will still have a little bit of a position. Brian Dees gets a little bit loose off the corner. He'll put it in the wall. That will slow him on down, but doesn't slow him down too much. So now he'll have a big run off this corner. He has to try and once again get to the top side of the 57 machine, get right on the back bumper of the 09 to not let Sam Baumgarten slide on in there if that 09 is able to clear the 57. But these guys still doing battle lap after lap. As the 09 machine of James Miller just clears the 57, but then another corner comes the 57, able to take the shorter track around on the inside, especially on corner entry. Now Jason Powell will try and stick his nose in there. They almost go 3 wide here. Everyone able to keep it on going. Jason Powell has to back out of it. Sam Baumgarten big time sideways off of turn number 2 there. That'll open up the door for Brian Dees to roll the top side and try and get clear here. As we are back under yellow flag, Chris Carroll just jumped into pit road there. As we try and figure out what brought out the yellow flag there. Not quite sure. As we will look around the speedway here and see maybe where the incident was. As these guys already slowing up for the yellow, so not quite sure where it was on track. As there we go. It looks like Matt Grunberg might have gotten some help 3 wide with Mark Arthur and Tanner Marr there. And Matt Grunberg able to keep that 54 machine facing the right direction, keep it out of the wall, and a yellow flag comes out because the car was too sideways on track. So that was the caution there on lap 147, as now it's lap 148. We'll see the leaders come down pit road, everyone but Brian Dees in the 17 machine. As Chris Carroll just came down pit road, I think he was able to stay on the lead lap, so he will go all the way up to second place as the rest of the field down pit road here for maybe their final stop of the race, because I think they can at least do 40 laps on one tank, so this could be some driver's final stop of the race. As maybe the 24 exited some closed pits, getting out on track or whatnot, because it looks like he's having to let the field on by. So a tough break for the 24 machine. As we continue to pace around the speedway here, Brian Dees in the 17 machine leading the way. We saw some good speed out of him here early in this race, really able to get through the field in the beginning parts. Now is the race leader, so good signs from the 17 machine. James Miller, also another driver showing a lot of speed here tonight. He will start in second. Jason Powell will be third. Corey Sherman fourth. And it looks like Taylor Butcher Benjamin will round out the top 5. for this restart. James Miller, the only driver up here in the top 5 that has been victory lane this season, so he knows how to do it. The rest of these guys itching for their first win of the season. We'll have to see how this unfolds here as we're under 40 laps to go. The 17 fires on off. We are green flag racing here. The 18 gets a good start. He will be side by side with the 09 machine here at when they head into turn number 1. Don Kilroe trying to make it 3 wide, has to back on out of it. James Miller drives it in there very deep on that top side. Able to clear, now sets his sight on the race leader here. As Don Kilroe jumps to the inside of Race Clark. Jamie Walker, big time sideways. He gets around once again. Josh Rutherford gets in it again. Another car he hits here tonight, not of his own doing. The 88 surprisingly could have had a lot more damage, but a tough break for him as he was one of the cars to beat here as we go to the wrong replay, folks. I was set up for some failures. We'll take a look here. We see the 88 gets sideways there, tries to save it, gets the old overcorrection, the old whip weight going. The 54 of Sam Bumgarn spins down low, and the 88 does get some heavy contact, but everyone else able to drive on through. So a tough break to one of the fastest cars out there on track. We'll see how he can rebound from this as Brian D's able to stay out front. As here we'll have 35 laps to go here. And I'll take a break from talking. We'll throw it up to another commercial here as drivers continue to get some damage repairs done. And we are back here. We are under the 12th caution of the night here on lap number 155 of 188. Right now we have 14 cars on the lead lap. The last car that was the lucky dog was Mark Arthur. Now the 12th car is back. Only one lap down, so he needs one more yellow flag. He'll be racing back on the lead lap if that's the case. As this time by, the lights should get extinguished on the iRacing pace car, and that is the case. And once again, folks, you know how it goes. One more lap till we're back. Green flag racing here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Don't forget, folks, this is race number 11 of the Blazing Pedals Arca Series here for the 32 race season. But the wild fact of the season so far, that 54 machine has won 5 of them. So he has been on a hot streak, especially here recently. Now we'll wait, see. We got a lot of hungry drivers in this top 5. Try and get their first win of the season. We'll wait for the 17 machine of Brian Dees to fire on off and have us go back. Green flag racing here once again. As he fires on off, and we are back. Green flag racing here at Phoenix. James Miller, not the best start, but doesn't have anyone to his inside to battle. He'll slide up in front of Corey Sherman. Matt Gruenberg will be right on his tail here. We'll ride on board with the 3 car, but looking out the left rear and looking at that 18 machine of Jason Powell. And we'll see these guys fan on all out as Matt Gruenberg will hit the crossover here, and we'll see them all fan on out behind him as we ride on board with the 3 car with the 54 to his inside here. Looks like Tanner Marr having to serve a penalty. He is down pit road here. As you see, total focus from the driver of the 3 car. I don't think he's even blinked here for the last couple laps, so shows you how laser focused these drivers are here. As James Miller giving battle to Brian Dees for the race lead. Brian Dees up top in the 17 machine. James Miller in the 09 down low. This is the battle for the race lead. They are 2 by 2. Now Matt Gruenberg will jump to the top side. He'll be the second car in the top row. He'll try and get around the 3 if he can, and see if he can get around these leaders as well. And Corey Sherman's thinking the same thing in that 3 car. Just waiting for an opportunity, waiting for an open lane, and try and take advantage of it here as we get to the closing stages. As it looks like Matt Gruenberg tags the outside wall there down the backstretch. That will slow him up just a little bit, but he'll keep that car to the top side, wind it on up, and see what kind of run he can get, as now he's to the outside of the 09. Brian Dees able to defend the position here, so now the battle for second is the 54 in the 09, and that 54, man, he is on that loud pedal aggressively but smoothly, able to get around Matt Gruenberg now, looking for the race lead as he tries to roll to the top side of the 17. As he has a nose to the top side here, so battle for the race lead. Matt Gruenberg to the top side. Brian Dees stuck down low. I think Matt Gruenberg will get him here as they come off of turn number 2 this time. James Miller now able to jump to the top side, take the preferred line. Now he'll once again be battling with the 17 this time. He'll be up top. As that time by, we had 25 laps to go here at Phoenix. As almost contact, there's Brian Dees. Gets a little tight, he pushes on up, gets right to the door of the 09 machine, but no contact, all stay good. As Corey Sherman now rolls the top side and will take over position number 3 here. As we get a yellow flag here once again on the speedway. And just like last yellow, the 88 of Jamie Walker is involved. We will have to take a look and see what unfolded here, as it looks like the 88 might have gone to the back bumper of the 76. He checked up, and then it looks like the 1 may have tagged him and sent him on around, as we'll take a look here down the backstretch here and see what happened as the 76 right behind Race Clark checks on up the 88, tries to roll it and just gets in the gas a little too early, sends him on around, and then he gets sent on around in some parallel spinning here. As a tough break for that 88 machine. He was very fast all night long. And once again, folks, some split strategy. James Miller down pit road with quite a few drivers. Matt Grunberg stays out with quite a few drivers. As once again here in the closing stages, we will go to another commercial break.
Shut up and sit down.
Once again, we are back here at Phoenix here. I think we're on caution either 13 or 14. I have lost count, folks. So we're right there in that range as the iRacing pace car lights will get extinguished here. And the fans were cheering here a little under yellow for one reason, and that is the 12 machine of Mark Arthur has found his way back on the lead lap here once again. So he can gain some more positions finally here, back on the lead lap here in the closing stages with 20 laps to go. But Matt, the man, Gruenberg, out front here once again and looking strong. He will lead us to the restart zone and to green flag racing here once again. Corey Sherman will be in second, Jason Powell third, Taylor Butcher Benjamin in fourth, and Dalton Kilroe will round out the restarting top five. Don't go anywhere, folks, because these last 20 are about to get crazy. Matt Grunberg early on the loud pedal. He is off. He gets a fantastic restart. He is over half a second already in front of this field, and that's exactly what he needs to do. As the rest of the field side by side behind him, he can set himself on cruise control already for at least a lap. Let those tires break on in nice and evenly as we see the 24 machine of Chris Carroll big time sideways off of turn number 2 there. Corey Sherman driving it in there deep. He will wash all the way up to the wall there. They still are side by side for second, him and Jason Powell. Jason Powell down low, further on in the back, 3 wide, then to 2 wide. Brian Dees driving through the middle. He is one of the cars that just pitted on that recent stop He's trying to get to the front as quickly as he can here. Same with the 09 of James Miller trying to get to the front here. Those are the two we'll have to keep an eye on. See if they can catch this guy right here. Matt Grunberg already is second out in front. Jason Powell able to complete the pass on the 3 car. The 3 car still hanging on to third, but now they're side by side racing behind him with Dalton Kilroe and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. That 09 machine of James Miller, all he wants to do is see some daylight. He will make any move he can happen because he knows he's against the clock. He's against the lap times to try and get through this field. He's got the freshest tires, so he's got to make the aggressive moves. As he does just that, 3 wide, maybe a little bit of tap to the 41 machine. Nothing too bad, though. He will try and make sure he gets at least a nose on the 10 machine if he can into turn number 3 here. As contact, the 02 machine of Race Clark around. Same with the 17 of Brian Dees. And that will bring out yet another caution here with 15 laps to go. We'll take a look and see what brought out this most recent yellow. As we look down the backstretch here, we'll keep an eye on the 02 machine and the 17. As we see the 17 or the 02 just barely get to the 41. Then the 17 of Brian Dees just tags him in a heavy contact to the left side of the 02 machine. You see the wheels leave the ground there. That's a pretty tough impact for that car. Doesn't look too damaged, but a tough break for those guys involved, as Brian not realizing that he was going to check up that much. It's the product of close racing, as we are now inside of 15 laps to go. Once again, pacing around Phoenix here. I assume it's too late to pit from now on, as we do see Dalton Kilroe down pit road, but I assume no one else will be down pit road. As James Miller did make it all the way up to P number 5, so he might have something for the 54 of Matt Grunberg. Only time will tell, as these caution laps help him bunch up, but he doesn't need too many of them because they take away laps that the 09 machine can pass drivers here. As we have one car down pit road, it's the 02 machine of Race Clark. Probably getting some required repairs done because, like we said, that hit was pretty hard. We didn't see too much damage to the car, but wheels leaving the racetrack always indicates a tough hit. So that 02 machine might be done here in these closing laps here. For sure, losing a lap here to the lead pack, as he's able to actually get it back under fire, does not lose a lap, so he will stay on the lead lap here as the lights once again go out on the iRacing pace car. We'll have a restart here with 11 to go. We'll keep an eye on that Tim Hortons number 09 machine because he is the car that pitted 1 or 2 yellows ago, so he is on the freshest tires of this group. We will have to see how he can get through the rest of these cars, as Matt Grunberg had a fantastic restart last time. We'll see if he can repeat it here as we wait for the 54 to fire on off, and we go back racing here as one driver having a little bit of connection issues. Looks like it might have sorted itself out. We'll find out here as the 54 fires on off. We are back, green flag racing here. Once again, Gruenberg gets a fantastic restart. Jason Powell and Corey Sherman will go side by side for second. Gruenberg already a half a second out in front here, as we have cars having a little bit of issues here as we get another yellow flag. This time it was that 09 machine. We wanted to keep an eye on him, and this is for the wrong reasons here, as he has stopped on the track, and we'll figure out what happened to the 09 machine. As, oh man, a little bit, I think some neck code, because all of a sudden his car shoots on down onto the racetrack into the inside wall, and that will bring out the yellow flag as he has to stop it before the oncoming cars hit him. So we'll ride on board with the 09 machine and figure out what happened here. As he's just driving, and then boom, just gets contact, I think, with a invisible car of one car having some sort of connection issues. But that will bring us under yellow flag here inside of 10 laps to go. Matt Gruenberg continues to lead the way here. Alrighty, folks, we will have another lap under yellow flag here, as everyone tries to get it sorted on out. Pit road will be open for lap down drivers this time by, so we'll see if there's anyone to take it. We still have 14 cars on the lead lap. I think we have about 20 cars still out there on track completing laps, so still a solid number of cars by the finish of this one, even with the amount of big ones we've had and whatnot. As next time by, the lights will be extinguished on the iRacing pace car, and we will retry it here once again, this time inside of 10 laps to go. Alrighty, folks. The lights are extinguished once again, and we'll get ready to go back racing, folks. This is where it gets wild. We're inside of 10 laps to go. It's going to be all take and no give. We'll see drivers really push it to the limits and try and see what they can get here, as Matt Gruenberg will try and go for another race win this season. We'll see if anyone has to say anything about it. As we wait once again for the 54 to fire on off. He's gotten two fantastic restarts the last two times. We'll see if he does it again here for the 54 machine. He's off. We're back. Green flag racing here at Phoenix. He gets away with a good jump. Corey Sherman will be on his own in second, so he will get a good restart. Matt Gruenberg with another great one. Not as good as the last couple ones, but still very solid. Corey Sherman with a solid second right now. trying to reel in the race leader. Now a battle for third between Sam Bumgarner and Jason Powell, as one car, Kyle Wellman, goes around here, hard contact with the inside wall, and this might start the green-white checkers here, as we will take a look and see what happened to the 42 machine down the backstretch. As we will take a look, as he tries to stay low here, he will slide on up and just get tagged from the 24 of Chris Carroll. Looks like that will send him hard into the inside wall. Terry Foster will just make the evasive move and get on around him. And this will bring us to yellow flag here once again. As I believe this will be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. I have to brush up on my... We haven't had a green-white checkered in a while, so I forget if it's one attempt or if there's 3 attempts in this series at green-white checkers. I'm sure there's some driver listening in right now just yelling at me saying the correct number, but we'll find out here in a few laps. As Matt Grunberg continues to lead the way, Corey Sherman started to maybe catch Matt Grunberg just a little bit. He got a great restart in the second lane. He's going to have to do that again. Sam Bumgarner has put himself in the podium positions here. He is up to third. He's on fresh tires as well, so we'll see what the 57 machine of Sam Bumgarner can do here by the end of this one, because this will be an attempt at a green-white checkered. This time by, we should see the lights get extinguished here once again on the iRacing pace car. And we will go at this first attempt at a green-white checkered. Not sure it's going to be the one and only, but it's at least going to be the first. As the field gets ready, we'll see who will make it around for the checker flag. Will be Matt Grunberg for the 6th win of the season. Will be Corey Sherman for his first. Sam Bumgarner for his first. Jason Powell for his first. Even Taylor Butcher Benjamin back there for his first. Only time will tell. As the iRacing pace car down pit road. Now we wait for the 54 machine to fire on off. He's gotten fantastic restarts these last couple of times. Can he get at least one more out of it? As we get into the restart zone here, he will wait. He'll make him wait a little bit longer than before. He doesn't go as early. Keeps everyone on their toes. We'll wait for the 54 to fire on off, which he does now. He's late on it. Oh, they get contact and big junk behind as we go instantly to yellow. Everyone tries to anticipate the restart a little bit, and big junk for a lot of drivers there. You hate to see it, folks. As we will take a look at the restart here, the 57 right on the back bumper, and the 54 waits for it He finally jumps on it. The 10 jumps on it just a split second before, gets enough on the back bumper of the 57 and hard contact. Then we see other drivers involved like the 10 and the 09 also involved there. As we see the field waiting to recatch. As we wait. As the field catches the iRacing pace car. As you gotta wonder just a little bit, folks, did the internet connection of the 10 have an effect on that? Because we saw him blinking around. Did he maybe think? I mean, he almost timed that perfectly. He was just a split second too early, but he did have room to the 57 and then sent the 57 straight with the contact. With these Arca cars, they do not like contact here, so. As I believe this. Maybe this will be the attempt at the green white checkered. We'll find out here, folks. I won't say too much just in case, but whatever will unfold. I'll keep us in the loop here as we go. As we see this field keep on pacing around here, folks. As it looks like we'll have at least one more attempt at a green-white checker. The lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car. We double file them back up, and we get ready to go back racing here, folks. And once again, Matt Grunberg will lead us to the restart zone. We saw him wait real late last time, and that bottled up everyone trying to anticipate it. We'll see when he decides to go. Also, once again, the car in third place. This time, Chris Carroll is on the newest tires, pitted last on lap 166. So we'll see if the 24 machine has anything to say before this race is over. We will have to find out here as the 54 gets ready to lead us back green flag racing here for a green white checkered attempt. As Matt Grunberg fires on off a lot cleaner of a start here. Chris Carroll will try and get to the inside of the 3 of Corey Sherman. He will do that. Now Don Kilroy will also try and get in the mix. Corey Sherman will just have to keep his nose to the right rear of the 24. Try and take that preferred line away if he can, and he'll do just that. Matt Grunberg out there in front by himself. He just got to see the white flag to make this race official. Chris Carroll gets tight. He has to wait to get on the throttle. That could open up the door behind him. We are white flag. One more lap to go here at Phoenix. And we see the battle for third place really picking on up. Tanner Marr bangs doors with Don Kilroy for 5th place there. He'll try and make it stick. I don't think he'll do it. Rick Thompson trying to chase down the 24. It won't be enough. But up front, Matt Grunberg will get the job done here once again. The 54 in victory lane here. A common occurrence as he wins race number 11. Corey Sherman will bring it home second. Chris Carroll third. As I hear some cars maybe wrecking just a little. Some damaged race cars after it, but Matt Grunberg gets the job done here. He picks up win number 6 already in the season. We'll wait for the 54 machine to burn it on down in victory lane as he gets some congratulatory bumps from his teammates here. As folks, once again, the 54 from the back to the front, Matt "The Man" Grunberg gets the job done. As he'll burn it down here for all the 54 fans at home. And here in a second, folks, we will go to commercial break. We'll get the iRacing commercial going. And then on the other side, we'll be talking to our top 3 finishers, that being the 24 of Chris Carroll, the 3 of Corey Sherman, and, of course, our race winner, the 54 of Matt Grunberg. We'll be back on the other side.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Alrighty, folks, we are back on the other side, and we're trying to get in contact with our third place finisher, Chris Carroll. It looks like we might get him here. Chris, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
I got a copy here.
Alrighty, man. How was your race? You come home in third place there at the end. You pitted, I think, on lap 166, one of the furthest guys up with the fresh tires. What was those last crazy restarts like?
The whole race was crazy. Brett, I didn't see a whole lot of respect out there. It was pretty ugly at times, and we were just kind of playing bingo with the strategy, trying to get back up there.
Yeah, it did seem like a tough race, a lot of attrition, especially if you got marred in the back at the wrong time. There was a couple big ones that took out quite a good few names. But yeah, Chris, I tell you what, it looked pretty hectic out there. I could just imagine what it was like in the car tonight.
Yeah, we were just trying to get through there as clean as we could and try not to hit nobody and try and take advantage of the tires when you had them because everyone was on different strategies. So just trying to get through there and not cause any trouble.
Yeah, Chris, so you restart third on that last restart. We saw how difficult it is to pass, especially on the low side. Were you wishing you were on the top side for that last restart?
Yeah, absolutely. I would have liked to be on the top, but I think with Grunberg having the track position there, I think it was over either way. But I apologize to the 3 there. I don't know if I got in there deep or if I saw him blinking there, and my car went straight. So I apologize to the three there if I slid up into him or whatever happened there. But yeah, bottom was tough, Brett. It was just trying to make it work down there and not die.
Yeah, that did seem to be the case, especially off of turn number 2. So tough to lay the power down. So, Chris, you start second here tonight. You had some great speed. You get the MF Front Row Award starting in second. But overall, an up and down race, but still coming away with a third. You can't be too disappointed at that with everything that unfolded.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough league. Really fast guys out there, and they all race real hard. So you gotta try and be smart and be there at the end, and that's really all you can do. Hope that the positions work out in your favor there.
Yeah, that is the case, Chris. So looking at next time we race, we'll be at the Roval. How good are you at turning left and right?
Well, I don't consider myself a road racer, Brett. I try and keep that one on the track, and I try and minimize mistakes. There's a lot of guys out here that run road, and they'll beat the box off me. So just try and keep it clean and try and keep it as close to the front without making mistakes as you can at those places.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, especially at road course. You know, I like to say if I can end the race with 0 incidents, that's a big win in my book.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, Chris, before we let you go and celebrate this third place here tonight at Phoenix, I'll hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank for this 24 team here tonight.
Yeah, I got to thank USAFirearms.com, Brian Zimmerman. They power the Chevy, and I've had some bad luck in this league so far, and hopefully tonight there's no more. So I got to thank Tanner and the boys at Five Kings for getting me in here, and Dalton Kilrow for letting me run their car, and I got to thank you guys for the broadcast. And by the way, Brett, I checked out your stats on the internet. I don't know what you haven't won, but I'll thank you for the great broadcast.
Yeah, no problem. I really enjoy the interviews and talking race lingo with all the boys because I myself, enjoy the racing aspect of things and come up in the booth, hopefully I can give my racing insight because I'm all about the racing and I appreciate it, Chris. If I ever see you on track, I'll be sure to race you pretty good there. I always enjoy. I actually got to race Matt Grunberg a few times now on the sim, and he's a good racer. I tell you what, he's another quick one, just like you out there. So, Chris, I appreciate that, and you have yourself a great rest of the night.
You too. Thanks, man.
Alrighty, folks. That was our third place finisher, Chris Carroll. Now we'll jump down to our second place finisher, that being the likes of Corey Sherman. Corey, you got a copy. It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
You okay? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was me saying your name with, I have no clue because I didn't even choke on anything. So, Corey, glad to have you in the booth. Second place tonight. Heck of a run. How was this 3-car? And, man, that was a bit of attrition through there tonight.
Yeah, it definitely was. We didn't even know if we were going to race tonight. We were having some internet issues. I'm going to tech come out tomorrow, so I think we might have been blinking here and there, Amanda. But, yeah, I mean, I kept shooting myself in the foot, getting losing a bunch of positions. I felt like I drove through the field like 5 times throughout the whole night.
Yeah, Corey, because I think I'm not sure if you got into the wall or you for sure got some damage on it, I think on both sides of your rear end on this car. So bringing a beaten car up to second, especially behind Matt Grunberg, nothing to laugh at.
No, yeah, I got punted in a turn, got something worth the damage of that, but with all the cautions, I was able to get it fixed and work my way back up. I actually had a set of tires left in the bank too. I was tempted to use them with that caution with I think 13 laps to go, but I didn't with that pile up that happened at me. So I figured after that is just try to keep the 3 machine up front, and yeah, I couldn't catch Grunberg. I was awful at restarts tonight, and he just kept killing me on the restart, so I couldn't get to him.
Yeah, speaking about those restarts, how nerve-wracking were those couple restarts? We saw that big one on that one with the first quote-unquote attempt at a green-white checkered, but the rest of them too. I mean, starting on the outside, it's the preferred lane, but being stuck on the outside with the race leader going whenever he wants to, got to be tough. What was it like going on through your head there?
Yeah, I was just trying to keep it off the wall going into that turn to the start-finish line there. I still use the old turns for Phoenix. So, but yeah, going into that turn, going into it was tough to gauge it right, so you didn't slap the wall coming off or lose a bunch of positions.
Yeah, that definitely was the case, especially off of turn number 2 and slap that wall on the backstretch. We saw a few guys do it tonight, and you lose a little bit of speed. Actually, I was surprised, not as much as I thought you would, but still enough, especially on these green-white checkers when everyone's going for it. It would be pretty detrimental, I bet.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, Corey. Well, glad to have you in the booth. Heck of a job for a second place. I know you probably wanted one spot better, get a race win this season for the 3-car. But runner-up, never a bad thing, especially here at Phoenix. But before we let you go, Corey, I'm sure there's got to be a whole bunch of people you got to thank for this 3 crew here tonight.
Oh yeah, first of all, I gotta thank you for doing the broadcast for us, Brett, and then my teammates Amanda ran into some trouble. I think Terry got in some trouble. Philip got in some trouble too. Rick and Aaron didn't make it, but last but not least, I gotta thank my good buddy Chris Legoo because he told me to switch to the Wrangler paint scheme this week and to change my luck, and it definitely worked. Savage Edge, SavageEdge.com. We can put your name on anything. All the admins, TRJ Karting for sponsoring the league. MF Race Designs, go get a paint for Michael. He's not playing golf much.
Alrighty, awesome job, Corey. And yep, be sure to check out Savage Edge for any of your needs. Just like you said, they'll put your name on anything. So, Corey, you have yourself a great rest of the night, and I hope to talk to you some more here in the future.
Yeah, I'm cracking some beers. I'm hot after that race.
Yeah, for sure. Crack open a cold one for me in the booth. I'll be joining after once I wrap up in here. So, Corey, you have yourself a great rest of your night.
You too, buddy.
Alrighty, folks. That was our second place finisher, Corey Sherman. Now we'll jump down to victory lane and get a word with our race winner, that being the 54 of Matt Gruenberg. Matt, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet here in the booth again.
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, Matt. I'm going to nickname you Matt the Man Gruenberg or something because we need a good nickname for you because you're out here. 6th win of the season already, 11 races in. Man, you are impressive out there.
Yeah, it wasn't looking good earlier in the night tonight, and I even ran the white paint scheme tonight. We usually don't have good luck with that paint scheme, but it turned out we got the win with it finally. So maybe the bad luck in this scheme is finally wore off.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case, especially with how it was a race of attrition, especially towards the back half of tonight. What was it like going through the field and battling through all that stuff? I saw that big one I think on lap 2. You drove through the middle of that. I don't think you got any damage. Was that the case?
Yeah, I didn't get any damage from that, and I thought that it was going to be the car destroyed there, and the whole track was blocked, and I just kind of saw a gap there, and I went through it, and I kind of thought that I got hit there on the side a little bit, but it turns out I didn't get any damage from that, so just squeezed on through. So I think right there was maybe when the turning point for the scheme on the luck-wise changed.
Yeah, because that was a heck of a move there, Matt. I even went back in the replay, rode on board with you, and there wasn't much room on either side, and you somehow made your way through that wreck, and that set up the night for you to, of course, drive through the field here again and park it in victory lane. How was it driving through the field tonight? It seemed like it was very hard to pass down low.
Yeah, for sure. It was. I found out early on, like you said, it was really hard to pass down low. So I just kind of stayed up on the high side and just made attempts to get to the outside of everyone to make the passes. And fortunately, I was able to get to the outside of Brian there towards the end of the race, and I was able to gain the lead. And I think from there, my strategy was just to not give up the outside, and it was going to be pretty hard for anybody to pass me then. So, and looks like it paid off.
Yep, it did just that for this 54 team here tonight, Matt. Heck of a job. One more thing we got to talk about, those late race restarts. How nerve-wracking were you? And I saw you change it up on them, and when you changed it up by going late, it caused some mayhem behind you.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was going to happen. I was going early, right, as early as I could there for like 3 restarts in a row, and then that first green-white checkered, I was like, well, I'm going to switch it up here and go late. And then, yeah, it really messed them up in the back. They were trying to guess when I was going to go, and kind of gotten used to going early. So I guess that kind of caused that early restart wreck there. But yeah, I helped out, and nobody was able to guess where I was going on the final restart. So it made getting the win a little easier.
Yep, that is the case. Because, Matt, I tell you what, you were probably the best on the restarts for anyone that started out front. I mean, you would check out to about half a second race lead right by the time you get into turn one, and that's a huge amount of gap. So you were on top of it on the restarts.
Yeah, for sure. And with being on the inside there, every time being forced to be on the inside, it was beneficial for me to use that shorter way around the turns 3 and 4 before taking the green flag. So I think that helped put a little gap on second and third as well. And yeah, it was hopeful on the win.
Yep, that is the case. Once again, 54 machine flexing his muscles, coming home with another victory here at Phoenix. Before we let you go, Matt, I'll hand the mic over to you because I'm sure there's got to be a whole bunch of people you got to thank for the 54 machine tonight.
Yeah, definitely the same people, Team AV, all the drivers at Team AV, and all the friends of Team AV, and all the fans of Team AV, and the fans that root us on each week, and the fans of the broadcast, and that watch the league and support the league, and you, and for putting on the broadcast for them, and making it enjoyable to go back and rewatch these races afterwards, and just everybody that supports the league and the team, and James and Jeff for the awesome paints each week, and I think that's it.
All righty, Matt. I think you're getting pretty good at this interview stuff. I think you've had quite a few practice here, so next time maybe I'll have you even lead it or something.
Yeah, next time I'll interview you.
All right. Well, Matt, you go enjoy tonight down in Victory Lane once again. Crack open a cold one for me or something because you definitely deserve it. Another awesome job. And, Matt, have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. You too.
All righty. Thank you. That was our race winner, Matt Grunberg, getting it done here once again at Phoenix for race number 11. So, folks, a little bit of a race of attrition. A lot of wild stuff unfolding there and some great racing like always at the Blaze and Pedal Arca Series. Now we'll run through tonight's finishing results here for race number 11. Matt the Man Gruenberg gets the job done here once again in the 54 machine for Team AV. Parks it in Victory Lane for the 6th time this season. Corey Sherman in the 3 machine gets his career best finish this season and will park it in second. Chris Carroll in the 24 machine will round out the top 3. Rick Thompson in the 76 brings it home in 4th, and Tanner Marr inside the top 5 will finish 5th. Dalton Kilroe in the 41 will be 6th. 7th goes to Brian Dees in the 17. James Miller in the 09 machine finishes 8th. Sam Bumgarn in the 57 9th. And Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the 10 machine will finish in 10th. Kyle Wellman in the 42 is in 11th. 12th will go to Mark Arthur in the 12. Race Clark in the 02 was 13th. 14th, Philip Van Fleet in the 89 machine. And rounding out our top 15, Jason Powell in the 18. 16th is Fred Thompson in the 46. 17th, Corey Rutherford in the 5. 18th goes to Ty Marasco in the 1. 19th, Terry Foster in the 86. Jamie Walker, our pole sitter, in the 88 machine, finishes in 20th. 21st is Josh Rutherford in the 64. 22nd is Joe Alberico in the 83. 23rd is John Perkins in the 33. 24th goes to Randy McAvoy in the 7. 25th, Brad Lawson in the 63. Ian Habiak in the 16 finishes in 26. 27th is Casey Campbell in the 73. Amanda Sherman in the 8 will bring it home in 28th. And rounding out our field tonight, Corey Lindsay in the 84 will finish 29th. So another action-packed race here as we conclude race number 11 here for the Blaze and Pedals Arca Series. Of course, got to give a shout-out to all the league admins making this happen, everyone here at Blazing Pedals, all the competitors out here putting on a show for all of us to enjoy. Got to give a shout-out to all the live viewers tuning in, spending your Sunday evening with me. Of course, all the YouTube commenters out there as well with Constantine, Lori, Tanner, Chris, Rick, all you guys, appreciate each and every one of you. Of course, all the replay viewers coming back, rewatching this, and enjoying that as well. Be sure to check out TRJ Karting for any of your karting needs. I know they have some great stuff on their store for you to get. Also, if you need a paint scheme that pops on a broadcast, or you just want to impress some of your fellow racers, be sure to check out MF Racing Designs. Also, if you need to put your name on anything, be sure to check out SavageEdge.com. And if you're looking to upgrade your sim setup to the next level, be sure to check out Butt Kicker as well. I have been Brett the Jet in the booth here for Turn 3 Racing Network. Be sure to check out Turn 3 Racing Network for all your racing needs throughout the week. We're broadcasting 6 days a week, so be sure to tune on in. Check out what is going on there. We got some great broadcasters and some great series to broadcast, just like this one, each and every week. Everyone have a great night. Stay safe for another week. We'll be back, not next week as it is Memorial Day weekend, so we'll be back in, I believe, 2 weeks. So everyone take care, stay safe, and remember, folks, this is Brett the Jet. Just flew by you. Have a good one.